Step 1. Prepare your cutting station by placing a wet towel on the counter and then placing your cutting board on top of it to prevent slipping. Knife safety. When carrying a knife from one place to another, always have a firm grip on the handle with the sharp edge facing back and the tip facing down. Keep one hand free in case you need to do something like stop someone from backing up into you. Always place the knife on the cutting board fully, which means no parts sticking out from the edge. To use a knife safely, place your middle finger in the hilt and use your thumb and index finger for grip on both sides of the knife and the rest of your fingers around the handle. When cutting, always use your knuckles as a guide where you slide your blade forwards and backwards while cutting. The parts of a knife include the tip, the blade which has the dull edge and sharp edge, the hilt, the rivets and the tang. Different methods for cutting with a French knife. Number 1. The pulling action. The pulling action is when you make cuts while pulling the knife to yourself while maintaining contact with the cutting board. Number 2. The pushing action. The pushing action is when you make cuts while pushing the knife away from yourself while maintaining contact with the cutting board. Number 3. Mincing. Mincing is used when you need to chop something very finely. In order to mince, use the knife horizontally with both hands on the top, rocking the knife side to side, making rapid, tiny cuts to the object. Number 4. Combination. This method is a combination of the pushing and pulling method. Different types of cuts. Wedges are when you cut something into wedge-like pieces. First, cut the lemon in half and then into half again. Julienne is when you cut something into matchstick-sized pieces, no more than 2 inches long and thin sticks. Dice is when you cut something into cubes. In order to dice, cut julienne pieces into small cubes. Mincing is used when you need to chop something very finely. In order to mince, use the knife horizontally with both hands on the top, rocking the knife side to side, making rapid, tiny cuts to the object. Slicing is cutting something into uniform pieces. Chopping is making rough, uneven cuts to food. Cleaning the knife after use. Rinse the knife and scrub the blade with a sponge and soap. Next, rinse the soap off the knife with water. Lastly, dry the knife with a dry towel. Wipe the knife from the dull edge to the sharp edge on each side until dry. Things that you are not supposed to do with a knife. Do not play dangerous games with a knife. Do not gesture with a knife or have sword fights. Do not throw knives in the kitchen. Never cut with your fingers near the sharp edge of the knife. Always place a wet towel or a slip grip under your cutting board while cutting. Do not use knives as weapons.
is stuck in it.
Bring it in the middle.
I'm bleeding.
No, nigga, the mustard looks so bad.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, let me get the mustard off. Let me get the mustard off. Jesus.
Yo, you said something.
You broke it. Whoa. What in the world?